Emily always believed she had the perfect marriage. She lived in a quiet town with her husband Daniel, in a small white house with a front porch where they drank coffee every morning. Their neighbors often said, "You two are made for each other." And honestly, Emily believed that too. Daniel was calm, kind, and always knew how to make her smile. He never forgot her birthday, always brought her favorite flowers, and listened to her stories, even the long, silly ones. But what people didn't see was the silence. At night, when the lights were off and the world was quiet, Emily would lie awake. Daniel would be beside her, but somehow he felt far away. It wasn't that they fought. They didn't. It wasn't that he was cruel. He wasn't. It was something harder to explain. Something missing. Sometimes she would look at him and wonder, do I really know the man I married? Stern. One evening, as rain tapped softly on the windows, Emily found herself staring at Daniel while he sat on the couch, scrolling through his phone. His face looked serious, distant. "Everything okay?" she asked gently. Daniel looked up quickly and smiled. "Yeah, just work stuff." But something in his eyes didn't match his words. And that night, for the first time, Emily felt a strange fear in her heart. Like there was a secret in her marriage. A secret that could change everything. Days passed, but Emily couldn't shake that feeling. Daniel had started coming home late. Not every day, but enough for her to notice. When she asked, his answers were always short. Busy at work. Had a meeting. Just tired. He wasn't lying. At least, that's what she wanted to believe. But something had changed. He no longer laughed the same way. He didn't look at her the same way. And the silence between them grew louder. One night, Emily decided to cook his favorite dinner. She wanted to bring back what they had. She lit candles, set the table, and waited. 7 p.m. passed. 8 p.m. passed. 9 p.m. Finally, Daniel walked in. "You're late," she said softly, trying not to sound upset. "Yeah. Sorry," he replied, avoiding her eyes. They sat down to eat, but the air felt heavy. "Daniel, is something going on?" she asked. He paused. Just for a second. Then he shook his head. "No. Why would you think that?" Emily forced a smile. "I don't know. I just feel like you're not here anymore." Daniel sighed and put his fork down. "Emily, you're overthinking." That word hit her harder than anything. Overthinking. Maybe she was. But deep inside, she knew. Something wasn't right. And that night, when Daniel fell asleep, Emily saw his phone light up. A message. She didn't want to look. But something inside her told her to. With shaky hands, she picked up the phone. And what she saw made her heart stop. The message was simple. "Are you going to tell her, or should I?" Emily froze. Her hands started shaking. Her mind raced with 1,000 thoughts at once. "Tell me what? Who is this?" She quickly put the phone back, her heart pounding so loudly she thought it might wake Daniel. That night, she didn't sleep at all. Every second felt like a weight pressing on her chest. The next morning, she acted normal. "Good morning," she said, forcing a smile. Daniel kissed her forehead. "Morning." How could he act so normal? How could he smile like nothing was wrong? Emily felt like she was living in a lie. All day, she thought about that message. She wanted to ask him. She wanted to scream. She wanted to cry. But fear held her back. What if the truth is worse than I imagine? Days turned into a quiet storm inside her heart. She started noticing everything. Daniel hiding his phone. Stepping outside to take calls. Smiling at messages he wouldn't share. It was tearing her apart. Finally, one evening, she couldn't take it anymore. "Daniel, we need to talk," she said, her voice trembling. He looked at her, confused. "About what?" Emily took a deep breath. "Who is texting you?" Silence filled the room. Daniel's face changed. And in that moment, Emily knew. The truth she feared was real. Daniel didn't answer right away. He looked at her, then looked away. "Emily, it's not what you think," he said quietly. Tears filled her eyes. Then tell me what it is. There was a long pause. And then, Daniel said something she never expected. I didn't want you to find out like this. Her heart broke instantly. So there is something, she whispered. Daniel nodded slowly. I've been hiding something from you, for a long time. Emily felt like the ground beneath her feet was disappearing. Are you cheating on me? She asked, her voice barely a whisper. Daniel's eyes widened. No, never. Then what is it? She cried. Daniel took a deep breath. And then he said the words that changed everything. I have a daughter. Emily stared at him, unable to process what she just heard. A what? A daughter, he repeated softly. From before I met you. The room felt silent. Too silent. Emily's mind struggled to understand. You have a child? And you never told me. Tears rolled down Daniel's face. I was scared. I thought I would lose you. Emily stepped back, her heart shattered in a way she never imagined. All these years. All these memories. And this huge secret was hidden beneath it all. But the twist wasn't over yet. There's more, Daniel said. Emily closed her eyes, bracing herself. What else could there possibly be? Daniel whispered. She's sick, and she needs me. Emily felt like she couldn't breathe. All the pain, anger, confusion. It hit her at once. You lied to me for years, she cried. How could you do that? Daniel stepped closer. I know I did. But I didn't know how to tell you. You should have trusted me. I was afraid you would leave. Emily shook her head, tears streaming down her face. And now? You think I want tea? Daniel's voice broke. I don't know, but I couldn't hide it anymore. He explained everything. His daughter Lily was only 8 years old. Her mother had passed away. And now, Lily was very sick. She needs treatment. And I'm the only one she has, Daniel said. Emily sat down, overwhelmed. Part of her wanted to walk away, to leave everything behind. But another part of her felt something else. Pain, yes. But also, understanding. Why didn't you tell me sooner? She asked softly. Daniel knelt in front of her. Because I didn't want to lose the life we built. I didn't want to lose you. Emily looked into his eyes. For the first time in days, she saw the truth. Not lies. Not distance. Just fear. And love. I need time, she said quietly. Daniel nodded, tears falling. I'll give you all the time you need. But deep inside, Emily knew. This moment would decide everything. Days passed in silence. Emily thought about everything. The lies. The pain. But also, the truth behind it all. One evening, she made a decision. She found Daniel sitting alone, his face tired and worried. Can I meet her? Emily asked softly. Daniel looked up, shocked. What? Your daughter. Lily. Can I meet her? Tears filled his eyes. Are you serious? Emily nodded. If she's part of your life, then she's part of mine too. That moment changed everything. When Emily met Lily, her heart melted. She was small, fragile, but her smile was full of life. Are you my dad's friend? Lily asked. Emily smiled through tears. Something like that. Over time, Emily became more than just a stranger. She became family. The marriage that once felt broken slowly healed. Not because the past changed, but because they chose honesty, forgiveness, and love. One night, as Emily tucked Lily into bed, she realized something important. The biggest secrets don't always destroy us. Sometimes, they reveal the truth we were too afraid to face. And sometimes, love isn't about perfection. It's about choosing each other. Even after everything falls apart. The end.